Hey peeps, I wanted to come on here and just kind of bear it all. Have you ever lived in constant fear that something from your past may come back? Past, but not quite past because it can pop up again, so there's that. I live with something every day called Myasthenia Gravis. And that's Myasthenia Gravis. Myasthenia Gravis. It's a very manageable disease. It's an autoimmune disease. And the reason why I say live in fear every day, because I have gone through some very rough times with this disease, and I'm sure those of you who are knowledgeable about the disease or may even have the disease or know somebody with the disease know how difficult it can be. Now, you will have those friends, maybe family, or just, maybe associates or whatever have you that might think that, that's nothing. But there's a such thing called invisible diseases. And myasthenia can be an invisible disease because you might be tired and you might be a fairly healthy person. But then here it is, somebody like me may be tired, but my tired is like my whole body goes weak. I can become paralyzed on one side, if not both sides of my body. My airway can give out, my vision, anything that uses a muscle in your body can basically completely die. I've been put on a ventilator. For those of you who don't know what a ventilator is, it's life support, the machine that breathes for you. Myasthenia, when not, managed by, medication, but that's a whole nother topic, can be pretty bad. And I'm coming on here to talk about this because there are people I know that's out there suffering with not just myasthenia. You may have lupus. And I know y'all see I'm kind of short of breath. Sometimes that happens to me as well. Sometimes I just retain fluid. Sometimes I have problems with my potassium. I've had numerous rounds of blood transfusions. Like I said, I've been put on a ventilator. I've been on every drug you could think of. So, people who are dealing with these autoimmune diseases, and it doesn't even have to just be autoimmune. It could be congestive heart failure. It could be anything. I understand. I deal with it on a daily basis. I'm in what my doctor says I'm in remission, but yet sometimes I still may need infusions. Still may need medication. It just depends on what type of stress your body is under. Something as simple as a urinary tract infection, aka UTI, can put me in ICU. I look normal, I had a girl tell me at work today, you don't even look like your story. But here's the thing. Then she also told me you just be telling everybody all your business. And that's okay. But I'm here to tell you, if you do have one of those diseases, I hear you. I'm with you. But our story is not our own. Share your story and tell somebody. Because there's people out here really hurting. There's people out here scared to say what they're going through. Sometimes I walk around and I'm in so much pain and nobody knows. My body hurts. My mind sometimes, you understand what I'm saying? And I hurt for those that I see that go through the same thing. I had a patient today, and he just said something simple to me. He said, sometimes I have to have these infusions, so I come and I'm in and out of the hospital. And I said, well, what kind of infusions have you had? He said, oh, I do IVIG. I said, I do IVIG. I've had IVIG for years. And if those of you don't know what that is, it's an immunoglobulin infusion. It's a medication that runs for a very long time. I've had it to run for 5 hours. I've had it to run for 8 hours. I've had it to run, I think the longest was 12 hours. And at that point, I was an inpatient in the hospital. And so when I say that, he looks at me and he said, oh, you have the myasthenia? I said, yeah, baby, I got the myasthenia. But, and the reason why I'm laughing is because when you meet somebody that has this disease, because it's a very rare disease. I was diagnosed with it in 2016. I had a stroke in 2015. And when diagnosed with it, myasthenia had only had a name for 20 years. And those of you who know that, that's not very long for a disease to have had a name. You know, let's say somebody put a label on it. You know how they go. But when you meet somebody that has a disease and they just look normal and healthy, or you might see them parking in a handicap space and you want to know, well, why they parking in a handicap space? They don't need that. You don't know what that person is going through. You don't know what happened to them earlier that day. You don't know how much pain they might be in. You don't know. So I'm saying all of this to say, let's not judge one another. Let's love one another. Kindness is so easy. Love is so easy. It's real easy just to say something nice to somebody. You might see somebody looking just as good, hair looking good, clothes looking good. But what about what's on the inside of that person? They might not feel so good. Just be kind. Just talk to them. Ask somebody tomorrow, hey, how you doing today? You feeling okay? You doing all right? You know, asking a person about how they are up here mentally, that's important. So the thing that was said to me, you always telling people your business. I tell it to everybody. I tell it to anybody who will listen. You don't know who you blessing when you tell them your story. And if anybody is wondering how I came so far, and when I say so far, y'all, I was 325 pounds. Yeah, my face still fluffy, but I'm fluffy cute. 325 pounds. I was taking 26 pills a day. I could barely walk. I could barely bathe myself. I couldn't barely comb my hair. I couldn't drive. I couldn't do anything. I couldn't work. Couldn't do anything. My children had to grow up faster than they needed to. They had to become the head of household. They had to work. My oldest daughter, that girl was 19 years old. My kids went through it with me. My mama went through it with me. Bathing me, flipping me, turning me. My son had to scoop me up off the floor one day because I collapsed and couldn't get up, couldn't walk no more. Everything was paralyzed. Be careful how you treat people. Love on people. Love on yourself. And just know that without God, you can't function. I know it's naysayers when it comes to my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. But just know I'm walking today and I'm moving today and I'm working today and I'm talking and breathing on my own because of God. He told me that I could be here. He said so. So anybody that questions that, that's your business. And that's okay. Because I'm moving. Because God told me I could. I love y'all.